Good morning, students. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. Children, today we will start the chapter number 3, force and pressure. First of all, what is force? You all know that force is a push or pull. In simple words, we can say that force is a push or pull. Whenever we either push or pull anything or any object, we say that we are applying force on it. Now, children, force are of many types. First of all, because of force, there are three main effects of force. First of all, a force can change the shape of an object. A force can change the size of an object. Thirdly, what is that? The force can bring an object to rest or to motion. Okay, so whenever we are applying force to an object, to a stationary object, maybe it comes in motion. So and motion can be of many types. Maybe it is linear motion or rotatory motion or circulatory motion. It can be any kind of motion. So we are going to discuss about rotatory motion in this chapter. Whenever an object rotates about an axis, it is said that it is having which kind of motion? Rotational motion. Okay, and rotational motion examples are a wheel, a Ferris wheel, a ceiling fan, and the motion of a potter's wheel. All these examples involve rotational motion, children. Now, because of this rotational motion, we can have one more type of effect of force, that is turning effect of force. What is that? When we apply force to an object, maybe it turns the body, and it is called then the turning effect of force. For example, when you turn the door knob to open it or rotate a spanner to open a nut, then what you are applying? You are applying a force, and because of that force, it is turning about an axis. So that is the turning effect of force. The turning effect of force is measured in terms of a physical quantity called what? Torque. The turning effect of force is measured in terms of a quantity known as torque. Okay, the turning effect of force is called the moment of force or torque. Okay, the turning effect of force, that means it is either you say turning effect of force, or you can say moment of force, or you can say torque. All these means same thing. Now, what is torque? Torque can be defined as, or moment of force can be defined as, or turning effect of force can be defined as the product of the magnitude of the force, how much force you are applying, and the perpendicular distance of the axis from the line of action of the force. Okay, where F is the force and the perpendicular distance from the of the axis from the line of action of the force is D. So the moment of force or the torque is F into D. What is the formula? F into D. Now, unit of torque, since the unit of force is Newton and the distance, perpendicular distance, is measured in meters, so the unit of torque is Newton meter, or this is the SI unit, and or in, if you want to write in CGS unit, the force CGS unit is dyne, and this perpendicular distance CGS unit is centimeter. So the CGS unit of moment of force or torque is dyne centimeter, children. Okay. Now see, children, the moment of force explains why less force is required to open a door by pushing at a point further away from the hinge. Actually, hinge is the axis, line of action. Okay, so axis actually. So the moment of force explains why less force is required to open a door by pushing at a point further away from the hinge than at a point close to the hinge. You must have observed in all your doors at home that the handle, that the knob is actually placed at the farthest distance from the hinge. No knob is placed near to the hinge. Why? Because more the perpendicular distance, lesser is the force required to open or to rotate a thing. But if the doorknob is very close, is attached very close to the hinge, then what will happen? Perpendicular distance is very less. In that case, you have to apply a very large force to open or close the door, children. Okay, children. So we can conclude that the larger the perpendicular distance, the larger is the turning effect or moment. Okay, children. So now I hope that you will understand this, the formula M equals to F into D. Now next topic is factors on which the turning effect of a force depends. Now, what are the factors on which the turning effect of a force depends? When forces are used to open doors, steer and pedal bicycles, or turn a tap, they cause turning. Okay, they cause turning. The torque depends on two factors. What are they? It is from the formula we can find out what are the two factors on which the torque depends. First of all, it is the force applied. Next, the perpendicular distance. Okay, the perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation or from the where the body is pivoted. Okay, now children, see on page number 29, try out is given. Please children, kindly do these three parts, fill in the blanks in your book. We will discuss it in the Zoom session then. Now next topic is pressure. What is pressure? The amount of force exerted on a surface. The amount of a force exerted on a surface per unit area. Per unit area, how much force we are applying, that from that we are able to find a quantity or calculate a quantity known as pressure. So we can define pressure as the amount of force exerted on a surface per unit area is called pressure. The formula of pressure is pressure equals to force by area, and the unit, the SI unit is what? The force unit is Newton and area's SI unit is meter square. So pressure unit is Newton per meter square, or we can say Pascal, PA as Pascal. Okay children. Now see children, now lesser is the area, more is the pressure. More is the area, lesser is the pressure. From the formula we can conclude, no, if more is the denominator, if denominator is more, then what will happen? The pressure will be less. But if denominator is less, that means if area is less, then the pressure will be more. We have many consequences depending on, based on this formula, what they are. See, for example, it is easier to hammer a sharp pin on a wooden surface than to hammer a blunt pin. Now why it is difficult to hammer a blunt pin and it is easier to hammer a sharp pin? Because on a sharp pin the area is very less, due to which what happen, pressure is more and it will go easily inside the wall. Whereas on a blunt pin, the area is more. If area is more, the pressure is less and it is difficult for the nail to get inside the wall. Likewise, you can see your school bags. School bags have wider straps by which you are able to carry it on your shoulder, a bag. The school bags have wider straps, as wider straps distribute the force throughout a greater surface area. If it is a wider strap, then it will have a more area. If more area, then it will have less pressure, and less pressure will be on your shoulders. That's why the bags which have wider straps are easy to carry or to lift than the bags which are having very thin strap. Okay. Likewise, for cutting vegetables, sometimes you have seen your mother is asking for your father to sharpen the knife. Why? When we sharp the knife, its area we are decreasing its area. If we decrease its area, what will happen? When we apply the force, pressure will be more. If area is less, what will happen? Pressure will be more, due to which what will happen? The vegetables are cut very easily. Whereas if it is a blunt knife, what will happen with the blunt knife? We require more force and less pressure to cut the vegetable. Difficult to cut the vegetable with a blunt one. Okay children, likewise we have many examples. You can see the tip of a sewing needle is sharp. Why it is sharp? Due to its sharp tip, the needle applies the force on a very small area of the cloth, producing a pressure large enough to pierce the cloth being stitched. Okay. So likewise we have the foundation of high-rise buildings and dams. You have seen high-rise buildings and dams are made wide at the bottom. Why they are made wide at the bottom? Because it more wider it is, more is the area. If more is the area, pressure will be less on the ground, and it is easier for the building to stand straight on the ground. Okay, likewise we have many vehicles also, heavy vehicles. You have seen heavy vehicles like cargo, this big trucks. What they are having? Heavy vehicles have broad tires, because broad tires have a large area of contact, thus less pressure is put on the ground and it can move even on soft roads and fields without sinking. Okay, so your work is to find out more examples where you have more area and lesser is the pressure, which are beneficial for us. Okay, so you find out more examples and write in your any rough copy children. Your work is to read page number today. Homework is to read page number 27, 28, 29 and 30. Okay, rest of the chapter we will complete it in Zoom session children. Thank you.